Hello, my name is Andrew Freilich, the Executive Director for the Willows at Worcester, a premier retirement community for active adults. I'm here with Ken Haywood, our Executive Chef, and Ken is going to talk to you today about some of the culinary delights that we serve here in our fine dining at Cascades restaurant. Good afternoon, Ken. Can you explain to us what we'll be preparing today?
Absolutely. Today we're going to be preparing a fresh butternut squash ravioli finished with a brandied cream reduction sauce as well as a shrimp scampi, which is consisting of tomatoes, fresh garlic, a little lemon juice, and a little bit of white wine as well. The accompaniments that are going with both dishes would be a honey glazed carrot with a tarragon reduction, an oven roasted asparagus that comes with a little bit of garlic, salt, and pepper, as well as an oven roasted potato that has a little bit of oil, garlic, salt, and pepper.
Excellent, Ken. That sounds fantastic. Is this one of the favorite dishes for the residents at the Willows?
Oh, absolutely. And a few other favorite dishes that they have as well. Some of the beef tips that we have a nice Angus steak tip that we give. We cook them to temperature from rare to medium well. We also have a fresh baked cod finished with a crab meat top stuffing, and they seem to love that as well, Andy.
Great, Ken. So why don't you walk us through how you prepare some of the dishes that you've just described?
Absolutely. What I have right here is the baby carrots. What you'd want to do with the baby carrots is just get them in a little bit of water to steam them. It takes about 10 minutes because they're a little bit thick, so you want to make sure that they're cooked all the way through. Once you get the baby carrots cooked through, you want to just add a little bit of butter, a little bit of honey, and then the tarragon reduction. What we have here are some butter cubes that I'm going to add to the pan just to get that going. A little bit of the tarragon reduction as well into the pan. And once you get the tarragon reduction in the pan, and let me back up a little bit, how you make the tarragon reduction, I like to use a little bit of apple cider vinegar with some fresh tarragon chopped up. You get it into a pan and let it reduce down until you get a nice, almost a paste it'll look like. And then you just take it out of the pan, put it aside. You can do it hot or cold, either or, and it'll come out just fine. So what you want to do is just get that sauteed up.
That sounds fantastic, Ken, and it smells really good. Can you tell us what inspired you to begin your cooking career?
It actually started when I was very young. I was 10 years old. I loved how my mom cooked a lot of the meals that she put out, and I just wanted to be able to cook better than her, if not the same as her. And still to this day, I enjoy cooking with my mom.
It sounds like a great story. So how long have you been cooking for?
I've been cooking for the last 30 years now. A little bit about my background. I started at Johnson & Wales University. Out of Johnson & Wales University, I finished at a restaurant many would probably know if you're from New England. It was Jimmy's Harborside in Boston. Quickly advanced there as sous chef to the executive chef. Got a promotion from there as the owner of Anthony's Pier 4 came in, loved the meal that I prepared for him, and he brought me over to Anthony's Pier 4 where I became his executive chef there.
That's a really great story, Ken. Sounds like you have a lot of excellent culinary skills.
Thank you so much, Andy. Here we have the carrots that have been simmering in the butter tarragon reduction now for about 4 minutes. They should be close to ready, so what we're going to do is get them out of the pan and onto a plate. And as you can see right next to the carrots, we also have the butternut squash ravioli that's been slightly simmering in a little bit of water and some fresh olive oil because we like to use only fresh products. Been simmering now for about 8 to 10 minutes and they're about ready to come out of the pan. So why don't I get these panned up for you? What we like to do is get these carrots cooked to a bright orange, as you can see, and make sure that the butter and the honey have boiled and blended together, which you'll notice because once that blends together, you'll see it becomes a thicker consistency with the tarragon. And I like to just slightly glaze over the top of the carrots as well for a beautiful finished product of the tarragon glazed carrots.
Ken, I wish I could tell our audience how fantastic that smells.
Oh, it's amazing, isn't it, Andy? What I'm doing right here, right now, is making the brandied cream sauce for the butternut squash ravioli. What I like to do is add a little bit of a roux. And for those that don't know what a roux is, it's just equal parts butter to flour, and it's a thickening agent to help bring everything together. So I just add a little bit of roux, get this stirred up, just until it's a nice creamy consistency and tight enough that it won't just slide off the plate and it'll coat the raviolis nicely. Cream sauce is done. We're going to put this plate together. The raviolis have been boiling now for about 3 minutes, so you don't want to cook them too long because you want them to stay slightly al dente, which means to the bite still has a little bit to it. So putting this plate together, don't be afraid to use a little bit of flair. Some of the favorites that I like is maybe a floured strawberry, maybe a little bit of blueberry in it. Because it's a brandied cream sauce, it's a little bit sweet, so you can add a fruit to it and it'll make the plate look absolutely amazing.
So Ken, I'm getting really hungry with the smell here. That dish looks fantastic. Let's see what it looks like.
Absolutely. Here's the final product. The butternut squash ravioli with a brandied cream reduction sauce.
It looks great.
Thank you so much. Another resident favorite here at the Willows is the shrimp scampi. Let me show you how we do it here. I like to add a little bit of butter and oil just so the butter doesn't burn in the pan while you're trying to cook it. Let the butter melt down. Some fresh chopped garlic. Some fresh tomatoes diced. And we have our fresh shrimp. We're going to let this simmer for about 5 minutes until the shrimp turns to a nice pink color. That's when you know they're close to being done. The scampi has now been cooking for about 3 to 5 minutes. What I added was a little bit of tomato, about 1/4 cup of white wine, salt, and pepper. And we're just going to let this simmer for about another minute or two just to make sure the shrimp is completely finished, and we will plate it up.
Again, Ken, that smells amazing.
Andy, thank you so much. This should come out pretty good. The shrimp has now been cooking for about 5 to 6 minutes and it's about ready to be plated. I added a little bit of penne pasta to it, which is one of my favorites, one of the resident favorites as well. And here we are for the final product. A beautiful shrimp scampi dish.
One of the true benefits of being the executive director here at the Willows is I get to sample all the food. Ken, this is simply amazing. One of the best shrimp scampis that I've ever had. If you'd like to try some of our food, please come see us here at the Willows and enjoy some of our fantastic cuisine. Thanks again for watching. For this recipe and others, please visit our website at www.salmonhealth.com or call 508-755-0088.